So here's a woman with a cigarette holder and no light. There was only the candles. There was something about it, the grain and so on, gave it something that you would never think of doing, normally. But I mean, what could you do? I had a style of taking photographs, a style that came out of necessity. I mean, I had a camera with two lenses, and if I wanted to photograph something over there, I said, well, fuck it, I'll blow it up in the darkroom. This is a barber shop, and there was a black barber around, had him sitting there. He painted the store lavender to go with the dresses. And the funny thing is, the thing was published. Anyhow, they took out the black guy. I was convinced that I would be a painter living in Paris from the age of 12 or 13. There was the possibility of going to the studio of Fernand Leger. And so there's really no choice. We all thought, we would get into a gallery and exhibit and become famous. But he said, all that's bullshit. Now here's Fellini. The Dolce Vita had just come out. And I said, hey, you want to be in one of my photos? And so he came, he posed with this girl. I called up Fellini in his hotel. And I said, listen, I just did a book on you. Can I show it to you? I want to give it to you. He said, yeah, come tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Fellini said, you can be my assistant. And I said, yeah, you're bullshitting me, but anyhow, I'll come to Rome. Muhammad Ali. I loved him. I got to be very close to him. I did Muhammad Ali before anybody was interested in him. Everybody hated Ali when I did the film because everybody wanted to see him get beat up and lose.
Yes. I'm the biggest man in history. The president of the United States. The Queen, is that the Queen of England? The Beatles came. The Beatles gave nothing but a quarterback. The Beatles bought my autograph. Yes, they did. I'm the king. King of the ring. Tell this to cut that mustache off. I don't even shave yet. Yeah. Champ. How'd Gillette go give you a commercial? Ain't that a shame? Don't even shave. Tell your man, cause Gillette won't give you a commercial. Cause I don't shave.
The second day in Paris, I met the most beautiful woman in the world. And I said, what are you doing tonight? And we were together for 50 years. I had a show of my abstract photography in one of these art show festivals here in Paris. And I got a phone call from Alexander Lieberman, who was the art director of Vogue, and even more than that. He said, how would you like to work for Vogue? When you take a fashion photograph, there are always crowds of people coming around. So everybody's happy and smiling and everything, but they didn't know that I was going to white out the faces. I painted on the photograph, I took the photo and I painted out the faces. The idea of taking a camera and working with the camera was something that seemed to be something I wanted to do. I was in my studio doing hard-edged geometrical paintings, and then I discovered what you could do with a camera out in the streets. Photography seemed to me like something magic. This is a show, a satirical show at night, very funny, very political. So this is Putin, Chirac, who's so full of shit. This is Bush, who's even more full of shit. And this is Rambo. Now, Rambo was the symbol of America, I didn't take fashion photographs for about 35 years. I hated the fashion world. I hated the fashion people. I hated everybody, except the girls. I never came on to the girls because I was super faithful to my wife all the time. I resented the whole idea of the disparity, the people have everything and people have nothing. Now, 42nd Street is something that, It used to be a place I really dug it. This is Times Square. This is King Kong, Mickey Mouse taking over all these crappy situations of Times Square, Peep Show. I mean, I pasted all this up, you know. I did a film, I don't know whether you ever saw it, it's called Broadway by Light. It was on electric light signs. It was the first pop film. One of my things was typography. The Dada combination of the present ads, the ads from last week, from next week, and so on, and they all accumulated. And people lived in that world of typography gone mad. And I love that. Every photographer in the world, when he chooses on a contact sheet the photograph that he likes, he puts red marks around it and crosses out something. And I said, maybe I can use it for exhibitions and a new way of showing photographs. I would say to these people, stop, I'll take your photograph. And they thought it was normal, you know. Why not? The idea that pointing a gun to the kid's head and smiling, and the kid holding her hand, and the girls with their Capezio shoes and their jeans. For me, it was like an epiphany, you know, it was like a vision. This is what's happening. This is New York. Fuck them all. I want to talk about the philosophy of photography.
I put a spell on you.